A travel guide to Cairo. Welcome to East to West Channel, the place you can find other places, other lives, other souls. If you didn't subscribe yet, you are missing out. In this guide we will tell you the most important things to know before traveling to Cairo. 1. About Cairo. Cairo is the largest city in the Arab world and also one of the most interesting and dynamic ones. With a history and heritage going back to one of the pivotal civilizations in the world, the Egyptian civilization, Cairo is the hub of culture and politics not just for Egypt but for the region as a whole. Cairo is the capital of Egypt and built on the banks of the River Nile in an area which has witnessed the rise and fall of many civilizations through the centuries. This has resulted in the integration of ancient, medieval, and modern traits into all aspects of life here. This makes Cairo a unique place to experience. The main attractions in Cairo are primarily the various historical landmarks that dot the area from ancient to more recent times. Perhaps the most famous of all the monuments and landmarks are the pyramids of Giza located within the city limits in Cairo. There are multiple museums within the city, with the Museum of Cairo being the largest of them displaying artifacts belonging to the ancient Egyptian civilization. There are also other attractions such as palaces, historical mosques, mausoleums, citadels and much more, and Cairo is also known for its nightlife and various cafes. 2. Cairo map. Cairo is situated along the Nile floodplains. The current location of Cairo is very close to the ancient city of Memphis, and the Giza pyramids are just on the outskirts of the town. The city of Cairo was originally based on the eastern shores of Nile but has since expanded into much larger areas on the other side. Cairo is about 220 kilometers southwest of Alexandria and about 140 kilometers directly west of the city of Suez, which is known for the Suez Canal. 3. Best time to visit Cairo. During the months of October to March, the temperature stays at around 20 to 25 degrees Celsius and lows at around 10 to 18 degrees Celsius, hence making it a comfortable time for tourists. The tourist season peaks in December and January. Egypt has scorching summers, especially for tourists coming from temperate climates. The summers are quite hot and dry, which is also exacerbated by the fact that it is on the edge of Sahara Desert. Temperatures hover in the mid-30s but have been known to go much higher as well. Some people, however, brave the summers from April to August as great hotels and tour deals are available during this time. 4. How to reach Cairo. Cairo has one of the busiest international airports in the world and the second busiest in Africa. Located to the northwest of Cairo, the airport is a large regional hub for Northern Africa and the Middle East and also the base as well as the hub of operations for Egyptair, the largest and flag carrier airline in Egypt. The Cairo International Airport has many airlines operating to and from destinations around the world. Airlines such as Lufthansa, British Airways, Qatar, Emirates, Etihad, Egypt Air and many others operate from here to places like Paris, Amsterdam, Abu Dhabi, Vienna, Bangkok, London Heathrow, Istanbul, as well as fly many domestic flights to places within Egypt too. The Cairo International Airport is located about 22 kilometers northeast of the city's center, near the locality of Heliopolis. Cairo usually has clear weather, which has always been conducive for flying, and weather-related mishaps have never been recorded. This is an airport through which more than 15 million passengers pass each year without incident. Thus, it is very safe and reliable to fly through this airport. 5. Transport in Cairo. Cairo has an extensive and modern network of buses that ply to all corners of the city. Cairo Transport Authority has many types of buses running. The bigger buses, some of which are air-conditioned, are run by CTA themselves, while some of the mini buses are run by private companies with permission from the government. Cairo has a large and varied network of cabs from various companies, including app-based services such as Uber. Cairo also has a vast network of unorganized and non-AC taxis, which the government has started to bring under the new yellow cab umbrella. There are also white taxi services which include radio or call taxi services. The yellow and white taxi services are air-conditioned services with improved features for added comfort. Cairo, being a prominent international city and also a tourist hub, has multiple car rental options, both the chauffeur-driven varieties and the self-driven ones. Some of the known companies are Egypt Car, Europe Car, Zamalek, Smart Car, and many others. Motorbike rental companies such as MS Vehicles and Bikers Joint also give bikes on rent at reasonable rates. Cairo has an extensive metro network, and which was one of the first mass rapid transit systems in Africa as well as the Arab world. It currently has 3 lines crisscrossing the length and breadth of Cairo, and it has 61 stations with a total length of 78 kilometers. This can be easily availed by tourists as this service is very dependable. Cairo doesn't have an extended local train network, even though Egypt itself has an extended train network. The train station in Cairo is the Ramses Station, and these train services can be availed to travel from city to city within Egypt. 6. People of Cairo. Cairo is the largest city in Egypt and the country's political, cultural, and economic hub. Thus, it has a high density of people. Although the city has around 10 million people, the sprawls and the suburbs beyond the urban center take the population estimate up to as high as 17 million. People are mostly friendly here, although touts, brokers and solicitors can be very stubborn and nagging if you don't buy from them or avail their services. Like most of the Egypt, the majority of the population of Cairo is Muslim, although there are a few Egyptian Coptic Christians as well as a floating population of expatriates from other countries as well. 7. Languages of Cairo. The official language of Egypt and by extension Cairo is Arabic, although the version is Egyptian Arabic. This is the most commonly spoken language in the city. English is widely understood and spoken, primarily due to the influence of the tourism industry and a sizable presence of expats. French is also spoken here, with certain older street signs featuring bilingual directions in Arabic as well as French. 8. History of Cairo. Cairo and the areas around it have one of the most ancient recorded histories of mankind. Settlements near Cairo date as far back as 6000 BC. The current city of Cairo is established around the ancient city of Memphis. The Romans were always looking to get into this area during the rule of the pharaohs due to its strategic importance, and had built a fortress town here to guard the Nile Delta. Byzantine influences can also be seen in the city due to the Coptic churches built within it. However, the modern foundations were put in place after the 7th and 8th century CE with the Arab conquest of the region and following the spread of Islam to Egypt as well as North Africa. The Fatimid dynasty expanded its borders into Egypt, and it was General Jahar al-Sikili who built a new fortress city close to the existing city of Fustat, which was built by earlier Islamic rulers. Cairo went from the Fatimids to many other dynasties such as the Mamluks, the Ottomans, and finally the Muhammad Ali dynasty. It was the Muhammad Ali dynasty which was responsible for the modernization of Egypt, and after their fall, Cairo and Egypt became a British protectorate from whom they achieved independence in 1922. 9. Culture of Cairo. Cairo has a deep and varied culture due to its ancient history and at one point was the crossroad of the Middle East, Europe, and Africa. Although Egypt is primarily a Sunni Muslim country and has a conservative society, Cairo is more progressive and has a lot of Western and modern elements. Apart from the ancient sites such as the pyramids and the Islamic Cairo tours, Cairo also has an opera house and a media production city. The hookah or shisha cafes line the city and are very popular among the people here as well as the tourists. Cairo is also known for its nightlife, which includes clubs, restaurants and cafes. It has been reported to have the highest nighttime activities in the world, even in comparison to cities like Paris, New York, and London. 10. Weather of Cairo. Egypt, in general, has a hot desert climate and thus tends to have very hot and dry summers. The temperatures in the summer months range from 30 to 35 degrees Celsius on an average, although temperatures can go much higher and even reach the 40s. The minimums at this time stay at around 22 to 24 degrees Celsius on an average. Winter time is the best time to visit Cairo, speaking from a weather perspective, as the average highs measure 18 to 24 degrees Celsius, and lows are around 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. Cairo doesn't receive much rainfall, and the maximum rainfall is around 5 to 6 millimeters in December to January. Thank you for watching the video and I hope it is useful for you.